YouTube. What up, what up, what up? Get some people on here. Wanted to make this little short video here. I'm gonna be uploading a nice video I think you guys will enjoy tonight. I'm at my son's basketball practice. As soon as I get out of here, I'm gonna be uploading a video. Okay, I see we got some viewers here. How y'all doing? I'm gonna be uploading a video, and I think it'll be a refreshing change to the behavior of certain law enforcement officers that you guys have seen on this channel in the last few days, mainly the Monroe County, New York Sheriff's deputy, who completely refused to give me his name and badge number, as he is obligated to. But this video, much different. And I just want to give a little shout out here. Rochester, New York police officer Gil Contreras, fellow Latino, Puerto Rican. And here's the thing, guys and girls. I've always said this. For everybody that thinks I'm just, I hate cops, and, you know, here's the thing. What up, Davy? Chris, what's up, Chris? Here's the thing. Obviously, it's no secret. Me and law enforcement officers are rarely going to agree on things. Surprisingly, and I'll leave that for another video, there's a lot of police officers, believe it or not, who actually watch this channel, who actually agree and approve with at least some of my work, some of my viewpoints, some of my opinions. I'll get into that another day, but trust me, there's a lot of LEOs that watch this channel. And, you know, I'm going to send them a shout out. I'm going to send them a shout out because I want to really truly believe that some of them, as crazy as it may sound, that some of them in some way, shape, or form, even if they don't agree with everything, as Americans, they respect my right to do it. So, with that said, I'm going to be honest. Your work is the best. We need more of you that point out the problems with the cops. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate it, my man. I appreciate it. I'm trying, you know what I mean? I've been doing this for a while. Somewhat new to YouTube, even though I've had the channel for years, but I never really have added content, at least not on a regular basis. So now it's the time when I'm really starting to get this channel off the ground, and it's been going great. We're almost at what, 30, I think 3,700 or something. So it's going pretty good, and I appreciate it. And again, you know, thank you to each and every one of you who take your time out. So back to Rochester, New York police officer Contreras, Gil Contreras, again, a Latino, Puerto Rican, originally from New York City. Call me, I'm a licensed PI and retired NYPD sergeant. I can help. I appreciate it, Robert. I think you chimed in on another video. I appreciate it. Reach out to me. All my platforms on social media. I'm all over Facebook, Twitter. Reach out and leave me a number, and we could definitely, I definitely would love to talk to you. I appreciate it, my man. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Robert. I really, truly appreciate that, and appreciate you tuning in. So as far as Rochester, New York police officer Gil Contreras, I think you guys are really going to enjoy this video tonight. And I'm going to be honest, kind of crazy how things happen. Many of you have seen my recent videos about the ticket quota on behalf of the Rochester, New York Police Department. Well, guess what? Today, they were back at it. Surprising, right? I'm being sarcastic there. Enter sarcasm in parentheses. Today, they were back at it. But I tried something different today. Davy V, talking in the third person here, has a lot of different styles. And sometimes you got to go rogue. Sometimes you got to go really laid back and on the low. And sometimes you got to just try different angles. Hey, Davy, we still need the top. Todd. Absolutely, no doubt, no doubt. Yes, Todd, yes, yes, yes. And I definitely will reach out, absolutely. Things have been crazy. When I call you, I'll talk to you about it, absolutely. I have not forgotten you, my man, I promise. I will reach out. I will reach out real soon. Captains made us call the cops to write a book of movers and parkers each month. Oh, absolutely, Robert, absolutely. In fact, Robert, in fact, real interesting. I know I'm all over the place here, but I get really excited when I do this when I do this this YouTube live. But in fact, Robert, I know you said you're retired NYPD. Try to watch the video. If you don't see it tonight, you know, obviously you can see it another time, but I'm gonna try to upload it tonight. Gil Contreras is actually a former NYPD officer who worked in the, I forget the precinct number, he worked in the Bronx. And he's been up here about 21 years, you know. And basically, again, we're not going to agree on everything. Yes, yep, absolutely, Robert. We're not going to agree on everything. And, you know, today, I just decided to do something different. I decided to approach the RPD officer who was posted up by the old psych hospital that you guys are familiar with, even if you're not from Rochester, if you saw the video. Let me turn this heat down. It's burning in here. Sorry, I'm in my car, obviously, as you can tell probably. And so I decided to just basically roll up and pull up next to him. And I gotta say, especially with the RPD, my experiences have not been good, as you guys I'm sure have seen it. By the way, I got more than 700 videos on my channel, on this channel, DavyVTV. And the majority of them are having to do with the RPD. And from officers being rude, refusing to give me names. I mean, it's been bad. It's been really bad. So, you know, you never know. You got to try. Like they say, right? In life, you got to try, and at least you try. So I tried a different approach. I tried, you know, talking to the officer. And again, I didn't even know who was in the car. And I rolled up, and you'll see the video how it starts out, me pulling up. And it turns out that Officer Contreras, you know, right away he was like, Davy V, I've heard of you. And, you know, good job. Thank you. I appreciate it. New York. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. So, you know, it turns out that he was real cool. He was real down to earth. And he's a fellow Latino, which is always nice. You know, especially all my Latino viewers can relate that, you know, sometimes it's special to be able to talk in your own language, you know what I mean? And to talk in your, let me back up here. This car is trying to park here. See if I can give him a little room. Sorry, guys. Just trying to give someone here a little room to back up. Oh, all right, they pulled in the other one. So anyways, sorry about the shaky camera. I'm holding it with my hand. So basically, you know, fellow Latino, we started talking, and I'm going to be honest with you. And again, this is a thing that I want you guys to understand. I could care less if we agree on anything, as long as another person, a man, woman, shows me respect. I have no problem respecting that person and treating them as a person. My issue is, especially with these cops that think they're above the law, that have this attitude, like the Monroe County, New York Sheriff Deputy who refused to give me his name and badge number. That is my issue. You know, at the end of the day, I understand they got a job to do. And I understand, even though I said earlier that there's a lot of law enforcement officers who watch my channel and my videos and, you know, read my blog, I know they're obviously not, you know, going to agree with everything, and that's fine. I live in Rochester, New York. The cops don't care. Sadly, you're right. You're absolutely right. But see, I'm trying to take it to that next level where even if they don't care, and I believe you in many ways, I believe you, even if they don't care, I'm trying to take it to the next level where just create more and more awareness. So, like I said, it's a good video. I think you'll enjoy it. I cut it up in 2 parts. And, you know, I want you guys to really check it out. And you'll see what I mean for yourselves. Other than that, you know, like I said, Rochester, New York Police Officer Gil Contreras, he works for the Traffic Enforcement Unit. And, you know, we disagreed on some things. I'm not going to give everything away because I want the video to be exciting and new to you guys. So I'm not going to get into everything right now. But, you know, one of the things we disagreed on is he says there's no traffic quota in Rochester. And, you know, I respectfully told him that I disagree. But, you know, but other than that, it was a good exchange. And I just like the fact that, you know, we were respectful to each other, and that's very refreshing. And he was a true professional. I gotta tip my hat to him. You know, he was a true professional, and it wasn't like fake. You know what I mean? I don't like fake shit. You know what I mean? I don't like little bullshit that you know is disingenuous. You know what I mean? I pick up on that shit right away, and it's a big turnoff to me. And it didn't come across like that. And I think you guys will see in the video. It should be a conversation, not an argument. Absolutely. Nice you found one that understands that. Watching from around the court. What up, around the court? Absolutely. I appreciate it. And you're absolutely right. And that's what I mean. I could care less really if we agree. And I don't mean it like cocky, like, oh, I don't care. I'll write a sworn statement that there is quotas. Absolutely, Robert. Absolutely there is. Of course there is. Every department has a quota. I'm not trying to hear it. Me and my dad are in a work truck. We always forget to wear our seatbelt, and we pass a lot of cops. They just don't care. Absolutely. Absolutely. So my thing is, like I said, you know, it's not even, it's like they said, you know, it's about around the court. It's about having a conversation and just respecting each other. You know what I mean? It's crazy because for all the cops and for all you officers that are watching, okay, I'm speaking directly now to all the law enforcement officers throughout the country that watch my channel and follow my work a little bit to whatever extent you do. You know, for all the ones that think they care when they want to, Chris, absolutely, of course, when it's convenient, you know. But for all the law enforcement officers out there who think I hate cops or think that, you know, I'm just like, I think I'm some tough guy that wants to mouth off, I can't wait till you watch this video. Because again, it's all about respect. If you show me respect, I will show you respect back. And you will see that in this video. Davy, I'm 14. I've been watching your videos for a long time. Absolutely. I appreciate it, New York. New York, I'm sorry, I missed it. Dance it. I appreciate it. It's just a little hard for me to look. I got the lights on trying to have my own little studio in here in the car. I know it's a little grainy, but it's better than the other time. The other time it was like pitch black. So I want all the law enforcement officers and everyone to watch the video tonight because it shows that two people from different backgrounds, even though we're both Latinos, I know, stop the live chat. I want to see this video. I learned from, yeah, yep. Absolutely, I appreciate that, New York. And I will, oh, my thumb is in the way. I will, maybe for those that didn't catch it, I'm at my son's basketball practice. I'm about to step in here, obviously, and watch his practice, which starts in a little bit. And then I'll upload the video tonight. I got it all kind of, you know, already set up. So I'll upload it tonight. But it's a good video, and it'll show how two people from different backgrounds, I mean, how opposite can you get than a veteran 20-plus year police accountability activist and a law enforcement officer can actually have a conversation. Robert, I worked a PI case about Brittany Drexel. Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. I know. I was down there. I was in Myrtle Beach a few months ago. And without even knowing it, I was parked outside. Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. A very, very sad story about a young girl. Those that are not familiar watching from out of the Rochester or area, Brittany Drexel disappeared in Myrtle Beach close to 7, 8, 9 years ago, I believe. And I was actually at Myrtle Beach, and I without even knowing it, I knew she disappeared from there. Without even knowing it, I was parked. I had my rent-a-car parked. What's your opinion live about the judge? Oh, man, don't get me started on that. The judge, that is some bullshit. I'll save that for another video. I'm kind of jumping all over the place here, but somebody asked about Judge Estacio. You have the perfect outlet to which having conversations can get words and respect out of the community. Absolutely. I'm sorry, they go so fast. She was murdered. RPD wouldn't give me info. Absolutely, yeah. I mean, very, very sad what happened to Brittany Drexel. And no doubt, Chris, no doubt. Very, very sad what happened to Brittany Drexel, and she disappeared in Myrtle Beach. But again, you know, again, I keep talking about it. The video will be good. Y'all enjoy it. I'll have it up tonight. Other than that, yeah, yep. That video, yeah, about the woman. Other than that, you know, I want to do some more of this live stuff, and maybe some Q&As, and you know, tell your friends and family about the channel, and maybe we can get some more subscribers. I'm trying to get it up to a good amount. Like I said, we're almost at 3,700, and just keep building it. I like these lives. Be safe. Have a great night. I'll be watching. Thank you. Absolutely. And thank you for tuning in. And listen, when you guys chime in going forward, I like to see all the different, like I think I said before. Absolutely. From the top. Yeah, of course. It starts from the top down. Absolutely. Absolutely. I like to see where you guys are from. You know what I mean? Like with my blog. I don't know if you guys are familiar with my blog. If you're not, log into www.DavyV.blogspot, or just Google the DavyV blog, and my blog will come up. And my blog has great traffic. And in many ways, I focused for years on the blog. Yep. In Raleigh, North Carolina. I know, Robert. Yep. I remember you last time. Absolutely. Absolutely. No doubt. I'm all over social media. But I like to see where people are from. On my blog, the DavyV blog, if you guys don't know about it, go on there. I am in Rochester, New York, man. We have to meet sometime. Absolutely, Chris. No doubt. I remember you chimed in last time, too. One of the live videos I did a few days ago, last week, I think. But I like to see where you guys are from, because with my blog, there's a live traffic feed. If you go on my blog, the DavyV blog, there's a live traffic feed that shows, I mean, places I can't even pronounce. Places throughout the world. I mean, Malaysia, I mean, you name it, UK, everyone. And with the YouTube channel, it's a little harder to know where people are from unless they leave a comment. Obviously, I don't have comments enabled right now for the reasons I've spoken in the past. Some threats and stalkers and really disturbing stuff these fucking cowards and losers post, these trolls. But, yeah, so when we do these live, try to just shout out where you're from, just so I can have an idea. We had UK the other night. I got Robert from North Carolina. I know Chris is in Rochester. We had a Ronda Court a little while ago. It's just fun, you know what I mean? I like it. I enjoy it. Don't waste your time with the cops. Get the senators. Trust me, man. It's corruption on every level. Someone had asked a little while ago about Judge Estacio. If you guys are not from Rochester, we have a city court judge here named Estacio, Latina. And she is representative of what the fuck is wrong with our system. This woman was busted, a double standard, a fucking hypocrite. She was busted by New York State Police driving drunk, facing the wrong way on 490, which is our main highway here, our main expressway. And she was busted driving drunk, had just crashed her car, flat tires, facing the wrong fucking direction on the expressway. And guess where she was headed? She was headed to Saturday morning arraignments to preside over Saturday morning arraignments. Some of them obviously DWIs from the Friday night there. And this woman has played the system like a fiddle. She's still collecting $175,000 a year. The Judicial Commission, which is a panel based on composed of judges, has completely refused to do anything, and she's still basically you know, at it. She's violated the conditions of her probation. She has an interlock ignition device where you have to blow in it to be able to start the engine. She's had her daughter started. I mean, just a mockery. And again, if you're not from Rochester or not familiar, sorry, I had my thumb in the way. Google Leticia Astacio, A-S-T-A-C-I-O, from Rochester, and it's a fucking joke. And again, another example of the corrupt criminal justice system that I always talk about. Another extension. You got the police, and then you have the judges. And then, like someone said a little while ago, you have the politicians. They're all corrupt, man. They're all corrupt, and they're all in on it. FBI, New York State Police, help cover what you're describing. Yep. So, you know, and that's Rochester. Those of you that are familiar, I mean, it happens everywhere, but obviously this is my hometown, and there's so much corruption. The system is fucked up, Chris. Absolutely, Chris. Absolutely. So, listen, I see a lot of cars rolling up here. I'm going to step in here and see my little man's, my son's basketball practice. He just finished football season. I don't post a lot of personal videos because of the threats to my family and my children that the Rochester, New York Police Department and the Monroe County, New York District Attorney's Office has completely ignored. But look at my videos and you'll see my son Danny plays for Brighton, and he scored some great. God bless, Davy. Thank you, Robert. Same to you, my man. Same to you. God bless you, bro. And, you know, I'm still a family man. You know, people have me labeled, oh, this fucking guy, he just hates the cops. And like I always tell the cops, you'll see tonight in the video with I got your back 100%, Davy. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate it, my brother. Thank you. Be safe out there, my man. 702. Where you from? Shout out where you from. Shout out. Thank you. Be safe, bro. And again, you know, people just it's easy to label someone. Like I tell the cop, Vegas, woo, Las Vegas, no doubt. I'm sorry for what your city is going through, my man. With all the with the craziness that happened there, very, very sad what happened in Vegas recently, and I'm very sorry about that. I was glued to. I was really, really following that. Thanks, bro. Absolutely, you're very welcome. It's very, very sad. Just the evil that exists in our society. It's just unreal. There literally is no words to describe that. Very, very sad, and I'm sorry. Very, very, very sad for you. For all of us. I mean, it affects everybody. I remember going to rap concerts here. Run DMC was my first concert in Rochester in 85, 86. Fresh Fest. I remember Public Enemy, and it's crazy. I can't even imagine that. You're not even safe at a fucking concert. Unreal. Just completely unreal. So again, you know, like I said, for everybody that thinks, you know, it's about hating cops or whatever, like I tell this officer tonight, and you'll see in the video without giving too much away, just a little teaser. It's much easier to just say, ah, this guy's a fucking cop hater. Of course, that's so easy. Boom. Put a label on it. You're done, right? But in reality, it's much harder, like I told them, to ask why. What happened to this person? What happened to this young man when he was a young teenager? God bless, man. You too, Chris. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Chris is saying 702. He's telling from Vegas. God bless. I love that. Even viewers now are interacting with each other. I love that. So it's crazy because like I said, it's much easier to label someone, much harder to ask why. Because when we ask why someone is the way they are, it just invites us to open up that door. Most cops were bullied and abused. Absolutely. I've talked about that, Robert. Absolutely. And many of those are the ones that get into it for the wrong reason. You know, they get into it to, I don't know, to exact some kind of payback, you know what I mean? And you know, for shit that they went through, which in school, I always stuck up for the kids that were bullied. I was the one that would stick up for the kid with the thick Coke bottle lenses getting thrown in the dumpster on Freshman Friday, or getting hit with eggs in the hallway. And absolutely, unfortunately, some cops, you know, were either abused, you know, bullied, and I'm not giving them an excuse, I'm saying the truth. And many of them were also bullies. Many of them were not the victims. They were the ones they were the ones doing the bullying, which is basically they walked into a profession that obviously in many ways condones that behavior. So listen, I'm gonna step in here. I love each and every one of you. Thank you for tuning in, like always. Thank you for taking your time. Like I always say, your time. Literally, you're taking your time, and I'm honored, I'm humbled, you know what I mean, that you would just tune in to this fast-talking Cuban guy that never walked a foot post in the 44. Yeah, like the beat. I know, the old beat. So thank you, you know what I mean, that for everyone that tunes in, I'm humbled. I thank you. You guys are the ones that keep me motivated to do more and more videos, and I will. A lot of interesting stuff coming. You know, we'll switch it up. Like I said, everything won't be about police necessarily. But I got some interesting stuff, you know what I mean, lined up. So thank you again. Stay tuned for that video tonight. If you don't catch it tonight, you'll catch it, you know, when you're able to. I think you'll enjoy it. We'll do some more of these lives. We'll do some Q&A soon. Don't forget. Oh, I just got here. Ribbit. What? Oh, I can't see it. Ribbit. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm about to step into my son's basketball practice. Peace, Davy. Keep it up. Absolutely, Robert. How's the hamster? Oh, my God. Thank you. Someone asked about Pumpkin. Hey, Davy, don't just leave. Got here. What's up, Steven? I know I've been on here for oh, wow, 25 minutes already. What's up, Rational? 25 minutes. I'm stepping into my son's basketball practice. I got here like close to a half hour ago, and I decided to go on real quick. Hope your son wins. Well, it's just practice, but they got a good team. The season starts soon. Thank you, Steven. As far as how's Pumpkin the hamster, that's my baby. She's doing good. I love that little girl, you know what I mean? I love all animals. I grew up, absolutely, Steven. I grew up, my dad was a huge animal lover. My dad was that one guy who, without consulting my mom or whatever, absolutely, yeah, all right. My dad was, rest in peace, Mario Vara, who I talk a lot about and who I miss every day. He was that one person, I'll tell you a real quick little story, real short story about him. So these guys, these people that just came on, these viewers, they get a little bit of fun here. Just subscribe today, love it. Thank you so much, Ma. Jocelyn, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you, I appreciate it. God knows it all. Faith overcomes. Animals can tell the true soul of a person. Absolutely, Stephen. I'll tell you guys a little story real quick. My parents, so my dad was the one who, without consulting my mom or whatever, very old school, you know, meaning, you know, he made some decisions sometimes without consulting my mom's. I got to be real about it. He had a good heart, very good natured, but, you know, some things he would do, you know, he would just show up, you know, and to the house, and he would rescue a lot of animals, a lot of dogs, especially. He was a dog guy. My mom was basically like a cat lady, and I love all animals. Personally, I've never really been like a cat person. Again, I love all animals, but I basically was more like a dog person, you know what I mean? That's just me. And a small animal person, like, no doubt. I know, I should run 2020. So basically, I've always been like a small rodent person, small animal. I've had fish. My dad used to breed goldfish, and men aren't really cat people in my experience. Thanks, Chris. Got my vote. Thanks. I should run. But basically, so I've had rats, I've had mice, I've had gerbils. I haven't had guinea pigs. I think it's the only one I haven't had. I mean, a dog is a man's best friend. Davy, run for mayor. I know. I missed this run. Maybe I'll run next time. But listen, two little quick stories about my dad who I miss very much, and to show you that I grew up in a family that loved animals. Run for city council. Get involved. I know. You're not the first person to tell me that, Robert. You're definitely not the first person to tell me that. Very true. Love you, Davy V. Keep up the great work. I wish we could comment on your vids. I know. I'm seriously considering bringing them back. It's just that there's a lot of hatred, a lot of threats, and I hope you guys can understand that. And it's been a hard decision for me because I'm all for the First Amendment, obviously, as you can tell. My work is composed of that, but it's been really hard. You know, it's been hard not having them, but just know that I've done it from a personal safety standpoint. Is it raining where you are? Yeah. Yep, it is raining here, and it's cold rain. They say snow's coming. So listen, real quick, two stories. In 1968, my parents left Cuba with my brother, who was 6 years old. Understood. Just know some of us greatly appreciate you and love you. Thank you, G-Rock Blues. And that means more than I could even put into words, bro. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for the love. So in 1968, my parents left Cuba with my brother, who was 6 years old. About a few months before they left, my dad was walking through Havana, the capital, and he noticed a bag. There's always been cruelty to animals. There's always been sick individuals who mistreat animals. He noticed a bag in an alley, in a back alley of Havana, Cuba, okay, in 1968. He quickly noticed that the bag was moving. In the bag were several puppies who someone had just thrown in the bag, literally, and thrown in the alley. My dad gave all of them away except for one, Pello, P-E-L-L-O. Doesn't really mean anything other than just a name. I don't know how they decided on that name. Long story short, that dog Pello came from Cuba in 1968. That dog, Peyo, came from Cuba in 1968. Went to Miami, landed like most Cubans land in Miami. Went to Rochester, went back to Miami, and then came back to Rochester. That dog died in 1986. 18 years old, Peyo was. And shout out, Davy, no doubt. Absolutely, thank you. Uh-oh, we back. Are you guys still with me? Are you guys still with me? I'll wait and see if somebody says something. Are you guys still with me? Hello? Let's see if we get someone on here to say something. I'm back! Is anyone still there? Hello? Is anyone still there? All right, I'm going to wrap it up for this one. You could, oh, yep, Robert's back. Robert's back. Listen, the funniest, I'm here too. G-Rock. ¿Qué pasa, man? ¿Qué pasa, coño? Listen, the funniest shit just happened. And I'm going to keep it real. There's no point in, you know, I'm always going to be honest with all y'all. So I'm sitting here, right? Car's off, but the phone was charging, right? Dude, we wanted to hear the dog story. I'm going to get right back to the dog story. I'm sitting here in my car, right? The car's off, but the charger was on, right? So I got the charger with a little adapter thing for my iPhone. And basically, I should have known because earlier while I was doing the live stream, I got a little low power mode sign, right? And I didn't think of it. I'm like, why is it doing that if the phone is charging? I didn't really like put it two and two together, right? You know how it is. You see something, but you know. And all of a sudden, the phone died. The phone died because somehow, Davey, I have a question. The phone died because I had pulled it from, somehow it had pulled loose from the, absolutely, I appreciate it, Robert. Absolutely, hit me up. So somehow it had pulled from the charger. Listen, again, because I'm going to get in here. Excuse me. So back to the dog story. So Peyo came, my dad rescued Peyo, and I'll tell the story one day again, all over again. So my dad rescued Peyo. Peyo came in 1968 to the U.S., right? He was straight Cuban dog, right? Came to the U.S. in 1968, died in Rochester, New York, right here on Child Street. Those of you from the West Side, where I grew up, Child Street, in 1986, 18 years old. Here's the thing about Peyo. I love that dog. He was cranky. He was always kind of like you know, like an old soul, right? But here's the thing about him. In the few baby pictures that I have and the stories that my mom would tell me, especially my mom, right? My dad too, but especially my mom. Peyo was very, very protective of me when I was born. As I don't know if some of you already know, if you have pets, many animals, especially dogs, can be very protective of a child, right? And I love dogs. And Peyo was that dog that wouldn't want anyone, yeah, the dumpster diving. Absolutely. I'm going to get back to that. That's one of my passions for all the new subscribers. I was born on the corner of Lime Street and Child. Wow, 1964. No doubt. I lived at 184 Child Street for years. Unfortunately, it's an empty lot right now. I live down near the Wilder Street 490. I'm from Ghost Town, West Side, J Street, Child Street, Brown Street. So Peyo was very, very protective. Lived on the corner of Texas, no doubt. Texas and Child, by the railroad tracks, right before Lao. It's a lot now too. I know all these empty lots, bro. A lot of memories in the lots. You know what I mean? And my dad passed away. You know, my dad, as many of you know, committed suicide. He passed away in that house on Child Street, Little Red House. Yep. My house was tan on 184 Child Street, in between Maple and Wilder, on the West Side, Ghost Town. So basically, Peyo passed away, and Peyo was a beautiful dog, very, very protective of me. It is by Harbor Freight. Yep, Southtown Plaza. Yep, the dumpster. Listen, I promise, last story for now, and then I gotta go. Listen to this story. My dad was so much an animal lover, right? And a dog lover. And this is going to sound a little bit maybe weird to some people. You have to up your game, get into council, make change for the community. Absolutely, Robert. Absolutely. That's deep. Robert got my head Robert got my head fucked up right now. He got me thinking. Davy V for council. Davy V for mayor. Wonder how that would go. Anyways, that's deep. Robert really got me thinking over here. You can do it. Thank you, man. Damn, I've definitely got your vote. But you're in North Carolina. You got to move up here so you can vote for it. I appreciate it, Robert. So I'll leave you with this story, which will probably may seem a little weird. This is how much my dad loved animals, and I always tell this story to everyone. I get a little sad telling it because I miss my dad every day. I really do. I always say I've needed my dad more as an adult than I did as a child, and he's missed out on so much. He's missed out on 6 beautiful grandchildren. I have 3 children. My brother has 3, and I miss him every day. But here's the thing about that. My dad used to say, if you put a human and you put a dog next to them, and they both need a blood transfusion, my dad would say he would rather give it to the dog. As a kid, I would be kind of embarrassed, I gotta admit, as a 10, 11, 12-year-old, because he would say this at get-togethers and like little family get-togethers and friends, right, over dinner, right? And I would be like, what kind of crazy shit is that to say, right? Well, here's the thing. What my dad meant, and he would go on to explain it, he would tell people, because everybody would always look at him like, my dad's name was Mario. They would look at him with that look like, Mario, what kind of shit is that? What do you mean you would give it to a dog if you could give him a blood transfusion? And my dad, yep, we miss our dads when we're older because we appreciate them as we mature. So true, G-Rock, so true. And that's what I was getting to, that my dad would basically change your game plan, tone it down, and get in and represent the real community. Nothing changes. Yep, true, Robert. So my dad would basically say this, and my dad would explain it as follows. A dog truly is man's best friend. Think about it. Think about it. You can be broke. You can be not having showered for a week straight. You could catch the bus. Like I said, you could be broke. You could live in a cardboard box like unfortunately so many Americans do, and homeless people throughout the world. But a dog is always happy to see you. If you have a dog, then you know what I'm talking about. Your dog is usually, if not all the time, happier to see you than your own family. They jump on you. They go crazy from the time you leave, like the movie Pets that I love watching with my daughter. They stay by the door when you leave, and they stay until you come back. And they are super excited to see you when you come back, right or wrong. They throw themselves on you. They're ecstatic when they see you again, right? Your own family members sometimes don't even acknowledge you if you're in the next room, right? Don't even call you. Don't even check up on you. But here's also what my dad said. He said he would give it to the dog because he didn't know who he was going to help as far as the human being went. I know it sounds a little crazy. And he said that that same person can come back and stab you, rob you, kill you. Think about it. Many of us have family that have lied to us, that have betrayed us. Many of us have former girlfriends or partners in a relationship who have lied to us, who have cheated on us, who have betrayed our trust, who have hurt us, right? And think about it. Dog is truly a man and woman's, I would change that, and woman's best friend. And as controversial and crazy as it sounded when my dad said that, it was so true. And he loved animals, you know? And like G-Rock said, as we get older, we miss our parents more and more. And the crazy thing that happens is we realize that the advice they gave us about life, about people who we associate with, about doing the right thing, about watching who you hang out with, we realize when we get older, especially after we have kids of our own, right? We realize just how true that was. They show us unconditional love. Absolutely, animals do. Absolutely. And like G-Rock said earlier, that's why I miss my dad so much. You know what I mean? And I miss my mom so much in many ways too. My mom is still with us, but she isn't. She has dementia, and she basically doesn't recognize any of us. Sometimes, I mean, it comes and goes. It's weird. For the most part, she doesn't really recognize people, and I don't even think she knows what the fuck is going on. And it's very hard. Would love to sit at lunch with you, brother. You're a good man. I appreciate it, G-Rock. I appreciate it. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it. We could definitely do that. Listen, it's been real. We're at 40 minutes. I was able to resume this. I'm new to this live stuff. I'm old school. And I was able to get it back and popping. I thought we had lost all this. So now I'm going to press this finish button. And this will be uploaded. Take advantage of your gift. Get into public office. Then you can represent your father to the people. Robert, you got me thinking, bro. I'm serious. And like I said, it's not the first time I've heard it. But no one's pushed me that hard. I appreciate it. I mean, I've thought about it. And I don't know. Maybe something deep down in me doesn't feel like I can do it, maybe. I'm not sure. I have thought about it in the past. I think you need like 1,000 signatures or something to get like even on a ballot or something. But that's deep. Peace out, brother. You too, G-Rock. Stay tuned for the video coming up with Officer Contreras, who, again, even though we're not going to agree on everything, I'll come up to represent the NYPD. There's lots of us. I appreciate it, my brother. I appreciate it, Robert. Thank you. Yeah, I was telling earlier, I don't know if you were with me from the beginning, Robert, on this live stream. But I was saying there's a lot of law enforcement officers that watch the channel and that support what I do, you know. And again, I don't want yes men or women, you know. I don't want everyone to agree with everything I do. I know I come across one love, Poppy. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for tuning in. New York. You know, a lot of, you know, I know I got a certain style. I'm aware of it, you know. I'm not crazy like some people may think. And I don't hate cops. It's not about that. There's a lot that I've been through in my life, a lot that my dad went through, and a lot that basically has been shattered. You know what I mean? I grew up being taught that the police were good, to respect the police. My parents left their homeland, Cuba, behind. They left a police state, and a real police state, because I know people talk about the United States as a police state, but those are folks that don't know what a real police state is. And Cuba is a real police state. That's a police state. Yeah, just, you know, it's deep. It's deep. I know I got a certain style. I'm gonna go dumpster dive in the same place you went. Absolutely. Get in the race. Robert said, don't waste what the Lord has blessed you with. Take that pain and harness it into real change. Harness it into real change. You have a voice. Absolutely. Listen, like I said, I know I got a certain style. I know it rubs a lot of people the wrong way. I know, you know, I've heard all the terms to describe me: radioactive, toxic, over the top, shrill, you know, and that's all good, you know. But I think a lot of you, there's a saying, real recognizes real. That's a saying in the street. And I think a lot of folks, especially folks that take their time to tune in, realize are mature enough and intelligent enough to take in the bigger picture. And you know, so you know, I'm laughing, and I'm gonna be honest with you, because I'm all about transparency and being honest with my viewers. You see me stall there a couple times. We got a hater, we got a troll, which I'm not even gonna acknowledge him, but we had a troll basically saying get out of Rochester. And you know, that's the type of shit I get. And in many ways, that's why, you know, I was that's why I disabled comments. You know, these are cowards, you know what I mean? These are cowards who hide behind fake anonymous names and hide behind fake pages and send anonymous emails, you know what I mean? And you know, he's a bootlicker, of course. G-Rock, he's a bootlicker, of course. And you know, it's crazy. And this is why they're using, I'm not going to shout out the channel because I refuse to give him any shine. But it's actually an individual. You know what the latest thing is? They used my profile picture. So it's crazy, you know. So it's kind of surreal. I'm looking at the comment, and the comment has my picture on it. And those are the losers that are out here, the bootlickers, you know, the cop apologists. So, oh yeah, of course, Aaron Judge, absolutely, absolutely. I was glued to the TV when he won the home run derby in my adopted hometown of Davy V's a real dude, down deep inside, not a fake outsider. Thank you, G-Rock. Love you. Thank you. But yeah, Robert, I mean, Aaron Judge, I was glued to the TV when he won the home run derby in my adopted hometown of Miami, Florida, where Marlins play. Absolutely. Here come the Judge. Yeah, G-Rock. So anyways, listen, again, I'm not even going to pay attention to the haters and the trolls. Funny thing is that, you know, deep down, they're fans. You know what I mean? All right. All right for Davy V. Court is now in session. Sit down. But, listen, you know what? Even the haters, I appreciate you guys tuning in, you know, and taking time out of your day to tune in and watch the DavyVTV show. Listen, I love each and every one of you. And don't forget the video. I'm about to get in here and watch my son practice. Love y'all. Thank you. Shout out to everybody. And even the haters. Peace.